construction activities and regulations. Transferable development rights. As I explained to you earlier, and it has been defined like this here, in certain circumstances, the development potential of a plot of land may be separated from the land itself and may be made available to the owner of the land in the form of transferable development rights. When the land is acquired, reserved, then the development potential is suspended at that time. The development potential is taken away from the reserved land and allowed to be used somewhere else towards the north, as I said. So that is the TDR. See, earlier under the Land Acquisition Act, whenever government wanted to acquire some property, they used to face lot of difficulties. The owner would resist getting market value decided by the government. The government will not take care in between. There will be hutments on the slums. So ultimately the government found out a way. He said, if we acquire the land for public purposes, we will give you development potential in the form of TDR. And so with the result, owners stopped objecting. Government also got the land, labeled land without any expenditure, so it reduced the substantial litigation. Then you should know what is fungible FSI. Before 6 January 2012, builders used to say drying yard. Not only drying yard, builders used to say, we will give you car parking in each and every floor. The car will go from the ground floor right up to the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that area will be used by them without FSI. But they will charge for the customer. So all these facilities were being given, but Mr. Subodh Kumar, when he took over as a municipal commissioner, he stopped all that. He said, nothing doing, there will be uniform policy. Now we will give you fungible FSI or compensatory FSI. This fungible FSI will be 35% in residential development, 20% in industrial development, and 20% commercial development. And if you are using in fungible FSI, you have to pay certain percentage of ready reckoner value of stamp duty value. In case of residential purposes, 60% of residential RR value, industrial 80%, and commercial 100%. Let me explain to you it further. Supposing there is a land admitting 30,000 square feet and the building is already constructed and consuming 20,000 square feet. Because these are very important concepts when we talk about redevelopment. Fungible FSI available will be 35% of 30,000. But since 20,000 is already used by the tenants or existing owners, then that much on 35% on existing area is given free. On that there is no premium. So supposing out of 30,000, 20,000 is constructed, already constructed. The building goes for redevelopment. 35% of 20,000 means 7,000, there will be no premium. On remaining 10,000, there will be premium. And remaining on TDR, there will be premium. But existing, so whenever an existing building is going in for redevelopment, the existing tenants don't have to pay premium on fungible FSI. And they get extra. Today, if you are having 1,000 square meter plot, you get 2,700 square meter constructed area. 1,000 original FSI, 1,000 TDR FSI, 35% of both will be fungible FSI. That's why Of course, this is not there in Matunga or Sion. After Sion only this is allowed. So what are the benefits of redevelopment? Let me take you as a history of flat system in Mumbai right from 1941, Second World War time. At that time, because of Second World War, many residents who had come from Akola, Amravati, Pune to Mumbai city had left Mumbai city and went away. There were boards lying from place to place to let. Flats were available for asking. 41, 42. After the World War, again Akola, Amravati, Pune, this, that, everybody started coming back to Mumbai city. Population went up, demand went up, Pagadi system started. And then by the time Pagadi system started, there was a partition. Huge population from Punjab and Sindh and Bangladesh. They were displaced. Those who were from Bangladesh went generally occupied territory in Calcutta nearby. Those who were from Punjab, they went to Amritsar and Delhi. Those who were from Sindh, they chose Mumbai city as their destination. The demand went up considerably. Scarcity of the demand, in those days, in 45, 46, there was either bungalow or chal system. Few flats had come up near Marine Drive, but there were very few takers because those rents in those days, 400, 500 were found exorbitant. Now, demand was high, population was growing. The desire to live, those who were from middle class, they could not live in chals and they could not afford staying in bungalows. So this thinking, desire to live in a decent living flat, this desire gave rise to the concept of flats. Some of the builders, some of the businessmen from Pakistan, Ishwardas Bhatia, etc., who had constructed few buildings near the KEM hospital, they started an ownership flat system in Bombay. Then anyway, this is how from 50 onwards, ownership flat system came.